Good afternoon, boys and girls. We hope that you've been enjoying the online learning that you've been doing so far. You've been doing an amazing job accessing and solving all of the math problems, the writing, the reading examples that we put up for you, so keep up the great work. You guys have had a lot of practice solving story problems in our math, and today and over the next several days, you're not only going to have a chance to create your own story problem, but you're going to have an opportunity to solve the story problems of all of your second grade classmates. In order to do this activity, you're going to need to use a printer and you're going to need to go onto Google Classroom to find today's assignments. There are several pages that you're going to need to print up. You'll find a Toy Story background, the truck, Toy Story background 2, the store, truck flaps if you're using the truck picture, and cases and boxes. Now, if you look at the cases and boxes page, you'll notice that there are two parts of the page and a dotted line in the middle. The most number of boxes that you're going to be able to use are on 1/2 of the page. So where the dotted line is, we would like you to only use some of the boxes that are on the top half of the page. The rest of the boxes you can discard. Once you've printed up these pages, you're going to decide whether you want to create a background for a story problem using either the truck or the store. I went ahead and printed up both. Here is the background for the store, but I actually chose to do a story problem for the truck. I'll show you that in just a moment. For the first day of this lesson, you're going to design a background to go with a story problem that you're going to write in a future lesson. What I did on my example is I cut out certain boxes, cases, and singles that I would want to use in my story problem. You'll notice that in my picture problem, I did not use all of the cases, boxes, and singles that were on the piece of paper that I showed you on the computer. You don't want to use all of the boxes. We want all of our story problems to use a different number. Once I've decided how many cases, boxes, and singles I wanted to use, I glued them to my page and I colored and decorated the background. You'll see that I named my store the Second Grade Gift Shop, and some of the items in my store are Egg Drop parachutes, Secret Pal treats, and Character Matters crowns. In the first day of this activity, all you're going to do is design your story problem picture. You'll notice that I put a truck flap on my truck. You do not need the truck flap if you choose the other background. Once you've completed your story problem background, you're going to create a story problem to go with your picture. Now, every story problem is going to be different because the picture and the number of cases, boxes, and singles you choose to use are going to be different. So I wrote the following story problem to match my picture. The Second Grade Gift Shop was having an end of the year sale. The Rugula second graders wanted to buy 421 gifts. The gift shop had 235 gifts. How many more does the delivery truck need to deliver so the second graders can buy their gifts? Now, a couple things that I want to point out in my story problem. First, you'll notice that I said the second graders wanted to buy 421 gifts. If you look in my picture, you will notice that I don't have 421 gifts. In my store, I only have 235, which means that the remaining packages must be in the truck. So to solve this story problem, you're going to need a couple pieces of information from my word problem. First, you'll need to know what my question is asking. You'll need to know how many gifts total the second graders want to buy. You'll need to know how many gifts are in my store, and you'll need to know how you're going to solve the problem to find out how many are in the truck. When you write your own story problem, make sure that you include all pieces of information that someone solving your problem would need. Now remember, this is only one example of a story problem. Earlier this week, you solved story problems that had dollar values. So if you choose to do a story problem say for example, the store, your picture might look different because you might have the cost of each item. Be thinking about how you're going to write your story problem as you're doing your background, because that's going to help you be successful. Once you have finished creating your story problem picture and writing out your story problem so that others can read, you're going to add your story problem onto our second grade Flipgrid, so that later in the week, you're going to have a chance to go on to Flipgrid and solve 3 story problems from other classmates. Have fun with this activity. We can't wait to see what story problems you create. Bye!